Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. We're here again.
We're on stage
with Dance Alive.
One more episode of On Stage with Dance Alive. And Judy, tell me about your week.
My week was fun. I
Good?
had a wonderful time. I know. I had a wonderful time. Classes were wonderful. We were able to do downtown festival.
I know,
the
thank
Sunday.
God.
I know, thank God. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was beautiful, and I'll talk about our guest when we come up to it. But anyway, it was beautiful. It went well.
The kids, they dance beautiful.
In spite of the mess, oh my Lord, we had CDs and we had USB, right? But for whatever reason, they didn't have a CD player, and they always have a CD player. So we had 4 pieces, 1 piece we had, and after that, Rachel was going on YouTube trying to find the music, and one of the people had a video of a rehearsal, so she was holding her phone up to try to get the music from that. They did a really, really good job.
They did amazing. I was there. I saw them, and they were like, "Oh, you see what happened with the music?" And I was like, I didn't notice. And that's the good thing to be an artist. That's something that students should learn. How do you have to deal with that? And you have to give 100%. And you need to be a little bit more focused on that moment. So you accomplish your performance.
I got so tickled. The little ones, the one came out in the beginning and she looked up and she did.
I know.
The rest of them
they were adorable.
We're going to be there. Yeah.
Yes, and also we have to say that the performance at the Holy Trinity, that
was beautiful.
Performance is just...
It was absolutely gorgeous. The composer and the conducted it. So, and they said that his wife doesn't usually come, but she heard there were dancers there, so she came. You know, she had to come. It was beautiful.
I have to say that also Kim did an amazing job with this choreography. I mean, putting the people on the aisles and, bringing the dancers and try to make them part of the church is just
I was tickled because
fantastic.
We have some new dancers that have only been here 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Or less.
And they had to replace people. And Kim said they were just so overjoyed at the opportunity and the place. And when I looked at it, I thought, oh my God, because it was just, they were telling a story. Totally involved.
What do you think if we show a little bit of the clip that we have from the church?
Okay.
Let's do it. Yeah.
It was
Beautiful. Beautiful.
You know, Holy Trinity streamed it, and somebody sent me the YouTube. So if there's anybody that really wants to see the whole thing, just email me, Judy at Dance Alive.
And I believe like also people can go to the official Facebook page of the Holy Trinity, and they will have it there. I believe so. They did a live streaming on Facebook.
Yep, that's wonderful. You know what we haven't done yet?
What? Oh,
I need to thank
to our sponsors. How are we going to forget that, please?
Yvette Godet, who keeps us smiling.
That's right.
Alliance Credit Union. Tim Cannon, who is, I think he's not back yet from his. Is he back?
He's back.
He's back. 25th anniversary, and they went to Galapagos and ports around. Pole Fall Studios.
Thank
you saw
you very
some
much.
of them. And who can we not leave out?
Elio and Fiesta Media.
Fiesta Media, yay!
Thank you. Judy, I have to say that the church performance is a tradition for Dance Alive, right?
It's about the 10th year. Yeah. Every year. This year we did this last year. And John said to Kim, you know, I want to do this again, and I want the composer and the conductor to be there. So he came, and it was a wonderful opportunity. The musicians, you know, it's just... It's lovely. You know what was interesting? Did you hear the mission?
No.
Lost her name. Plays the oboe. Leslie Odom.
Okay.
And she played, it was Enrique something, but it's the same piece that Oliver used for the mission.
Oh, wow.
Just exquisite. I sat there and was just like, you know, it was wonderful.
Live music is always fantastic. It touches your heart. I mean,
yeah. And
also, it's good to say that it was a free event.
It was indeed. It's part of their series, and we it's a joy.
Yeah.
You know, the people there are quite wonderful. So it's a joy.
Fantastic.
Who do we get to see? We get to see a dancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the dancer of the week. I mean, dancer of this week is Jose Alvarez Ramos. Jose is from Cuba.
He is from Cuba.
Yeah. He was with National Ballet of Cuba for a period of time, and after that, he went to Brazil and he danced in a contemporary company in Brazil.
He said 20 years Brazil, 20 years Cuba. He wants 20 years at least dancing in America. He's a grandfather.
I know.
He's got a 7-year-old grandson.
He's a fantastic dancer.
Yeah.
He's an awesome partner, I have to say it. And he's also a faculty teacher for Paul Fall Studios for advanced contemporary. So
he did some of the things, I think, for the Beijing Olympics. He did some of the choreography and worked with them on that. So
yeah, let's see the short clip that we have from Jose.
I have to say that choreography, it's Romeo and Juliet today. Christina Helena, who's a really marvelous teacher and choreographer, has done a number of things for our company. And that particular parada is just perfect for those two people. It's gorgeous.
That's right. Well, I think it's time to present our guest. Please, Judy.
Okay.
Introduce.
Okay. All right. One of my favorite people, I have known her for a good long while in a lot of different ways. We have fought for the arts. We have fought for Alachua County in Gainesville. Jessica Hurov is here as our guest It's my pleasure.
Welcome.
Way back when, it's like you did graphic design for some of our things, some of the best work we've ever had. I have some of those posters. There's one that's Felipe and Carla kind of in a strange position with the beach behind it, and I see it and it makes me feel good. It's one of those things, and that's Jessica's work.
Well, yes,
but she's done so much more.
I know. Jessica, thank you so much for being our guest. And let's start with the first question, that is, tell us about yourself.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be here. And Judy's correct. When I thought about coming on, I was thinking of how we first met. Yep. And I think we first met in 2005 when you choreographed the Great American Trailer Park musical for the Hippodrome. And that was the first summer musical that I worked at the Hip for.
Yeah.
And we met then, and at the time, my twins were 4 or 5 years old. And my daughter started taking dance lessons at Pofall, and I started going to the studio and fell in love with everything you did, and sure enough, started working with you, and so...
That was so much fun. Trailer Park was great fun.
Yes.
And you are you have been living in Gainesville your whole life. You born here. Tell me a little bit about your background.
So I came here. I've been here 20 years this summer.
Wow.
And I grew up in New York, upstate New York, and I was there till I was 18, and then I moved to Boston to go to college. And lived in Boston and worked at a theater there, and had always been interested in the arts and the overarching career is marketing and communications, but I lived in Boston until I had my twins, and then I wanted to be closer to my family and my parents who lived in Gainesville, and I had only ever visited Gainesville, I think, once before, and just moved here, and sort of felt like, okay, and fell in love with this community, and, just love it, and have been here ever since, happily so.
That's awesome, because I hear this from people that we have been our guests, that once you get to Gainesville, you never leave.
Yes.
So Gainesville have that magical...
People say that it's like some vortex, and then people may try to leave, and then they come back.
I know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's my short story, and so now my twins are 21 and off and doing their thing, but many years I would be going to the studio and all of the performances.
That's awesome.
Always. So
that's fantastic. So, and I am interested in, you say like you are a supporter of the arts, and you say like you connect with Judy through Pofall Studios, but tell me about when you connect with Dance Alive.
Sure. I think the same time.
Yeah.
And I think I'll talk a little bit about being a marketer, doing the design work, and that's how we connected. I had always designed the posters and brochures and all of the materials, obviously, for the Hippodrome. And we started our little coffee clutch that we had with Andy Howard. And
right, we had Entertainment
at the time,
Gainesville.
Paul Favini.
Yep.
And so we had a group of people that we would meet at the clock and have coffee. And we kept thinking, how do we engage everyone in all of the different arts groups that is going on? And so long story short, I met Kim, and I love designing for Dance Alive because we got to use the beautiful images of the dancers. And it's just a much more artistic and fluid kind of imagery, less literal than a lot of the design work where it's, just factual, let's get the information on the page. We could use our imagination more, and so I never remember a time when I wasn't involved with them.
That's awesome.
How do I say this? Jessica knows more about marketing than anybody I know. And I told somebody the other day, if Jessica tells me to do something, I do it. I told the state that I got a call from somebody at the state, and I said, if Jessica says, then I do it. She understands marketing. In an organization, any organization, there's a head, and then there are all these people that are support and become part of the richness of it. For me, she's Visit Gainesville. I know she has incredible people working for her, but she understands community. She understands Alachua County. She understands the value. She knows that Visit Gainesville promotes Alachua County, promotes tourism. That's one of the things that helps support the arts agency. And Visit Gainesville has grown so much with Jessica coming in.
That's awesome.
And when you look at, you did a she did a presentation for Leadership Gainesville. The chamber wanted them to come, and Jessica came, and it was so interesting because there were people in our organization, I've been saying, whatever Jessica says, I'm doing, whatever, and they said, she's really remarkable. She knows what she's doing. I said, yeah, I've been telling you. She does. But there were all kinds of people there were just, she can make it meaningful and real and understandable. And I'm sure part of that is you're so good in graphics, but you understand how to get the information to the people. So for those of you that... And
being involved in the arts for so many years, I believe that will help too.
Well, I remember you were talking about, okay, here we are in Gainesville. Okay, we aren't going to be marketing to 100,000 miles away. We need to look at close communities to begin with that we can bring in, and then we can expand beyond that. And it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's just, Downtown Festival. That's City of Gainesville produced. Visit Gainesville promotes. One of the things we used to get upset about is nobody knew what was going on. We had no idea what was going on. Well, now somebody can come in and go on Visit Gainesville website. Every week something comes out, and you know what you can do and where to go in Gainesville, what's exciting. You've got so many choices. Yeah,
that's one of my questions for you about the mission of Visit Gainesville. It's important for me as an artist to understand the real mission, because I see you involved in so many different things. We talk like on Bulla Cubana, one event that a Cuban community has 2 years ago. You was there. Right there is with Randy. Yeah. So, tell me a little bit about your mission, about what do you want to create, and what do you want to bring to Gainesville community with this organization?
And that's such a great question. And so I would say there's multiple layers. The first layer, the overarching mission, is to bring people to the county. So we focus on the tourist. The tourist is the visitor, defined as someone who's coming from outside our borders to participate in recreation or trade or business, leisure here. And so that's who we're focused on. Internally, within the county, we're focused on what are we selling. And so whether we're looking at restaurants, our lodging properties, our arts groups, sports, that's the product that comprises the county that becomes our package that we're selling.
Understand.
And in order to really sell that, we have to understand that product and really know how do we communicate that out to people to get them interested. Yeah. When you're selling something that's partially intangible, which is what we're selling with the arts, we're not selling groceries. Yeah. You can't wear it. We're selling experiences, and we're selling something that you're participating in and using your precious resources of time, money, travel, We need to be able to convey that value statement, and we need to be able to spark that imagination. The Cato is a spark wonder, spark that interest in coming here and saying like, yes, I keep hearing about it. I want to go check that out. And so that's what we do. And so we have many buckets. We have our grant programs that our office manages. And then, of course, we're kind of the marketing department for the county. So it's our job to really put together that voice and the vision behind what we're selling.
That's fantastic.
And decide how to get it out. Like where there's a saying that a friend of mine had, which is content is king, but distribution is queen, and she wears the pants. Yeah. So it's like, you can create all the content you want, but if you're not distributing it in a way that you're reaching your potential audience and kind of hooking them up on your whatever it is that you're baiting with, then, it's lost. So that speaks to Judy's point that we're not just creating it and throwing it out there. We're really trying to target it toward audiences that are most likely to come and want to participate in what we have to sell.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. And how do you see it? How do you see it's going on the community? Because I have been here for 5 years, and from my point of view, the city have grown so much. I see that more people, more buildings, more art, more musicians. I mean, in general. Yes. And do you think like part of that growing is because of your mission, because of the mission of Visit Gainesville, and of course, because of the quality of exactly what are you saying, the products that the city have?
I think it's so many things. I mean, we talked about this recently. You have the great stabilizer of the University of Florida and Santa Fe College and our big institutions, UF Health. So we will always have growth around the university and what the chamber does, and out in the city of Alachua, San Felipe Tech Park. I mean, things are growing up around us, and I believe that we will continue to look toward, though we're focusing on that kind of leisure market. At the same time, we have people coming into the county every day to stay in paid lodging at our hotels and motels and Airbnbs.
Tell Jesse, when you were talking about how many properties there were that you're involved with getting information to and helping to support. I had no idea.
So, Alachua County has 63 hotels and motels, and that's over 5,800 rooms. And we have bed and breakfasts and campgrounds. So there's a whole variety of, different kinds of lodging that people might want. But when we think about that inventory of 5,800 rooms and, filling those, we're looking at, we have millions, literally, of rooms booked every year.
Wow.
And pre-pandemic, we hit 110 million of room revenue for 2019. And then, of course, the pandemic has deeply affected this industry, which has been difficult. Everyone has felt it, from restaurant workers to our hotel workers to our artists and performers and ticket takers at venues. I mean, there's not anyone affiliated with the tourism and hospitality industry who hasn't felt it during this time. But I think we're coming around that corner.
That's awesome.
So.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I personally appreciate your work a lot, and I am glad that the name of Gainesville get exposed, because I always say this, when I just came to the town for the first time, I was surprised that we have so many good organizations here, so many good things to do, and the city have so much to give. Like, it's awesome. Thank you so much for
I have
work.
one thing. It's Visit Gainesville Alachua County. So when we talk about Gainesville, we need to realize that that's Micanopy, it's High Springs. We have so many communities that have so much to offer and give us. So
yes, our 9 municipalities.
yeah.
And speaking of that idea, we can encourage everyone to look at the What's Good event guide. And that's our weekly email, and we put it on Facebook to share everything going on. So anyone could always say, like, oh my gosh, there's actually too much to choose from on many weekends. But, there would never be a time that you would say, like, there's nothing to do in town, because there is always something new to explore.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Your people keep up with so much. You just really have a good working group. It's amazing.
That's awesome. And thank you so much for being close with Dance Alive. To be honest, now that we have a new marketing and promotion team, we are ensure that we hashtag visit Gainesville all the time. Oh yeah, because it's important. It's important. I believe, like, also the organizations take conscience and take part of the mission of Visit Gainesville. Is one hand, another one.
Correct.
So
I love that.
Yeah, we're in our part. We are trying.
Yep.
We are trying to do it. So in the last part of the show, we have a short trivia question for you.
Oh no!
And it's a picture. It's easy. This is easy.
Okay.
This is easy.
Okay.
Which ballet do you think is this one?
Swan Lake.
Perfect.
I have to thank Visit Gainesville again out at the airport.
All right.
We have that beautiful picture of Swan Lake,
That's
and
right.
that's courtesy of Visit Gainesville.
That's
We wouldn't
right.
have been able to do it without that. So
We did a short video. You remember?
we did
that
show it. We had video out at the airport. Yeah.
So one more time, thank you for being our guest. Thank you for your time, and thank you for the mission and all what you do on town. And we don't have more time. We have to say goodbye.
We have to say goodbye?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye. See you next
See you
week,
next week.
guys.